Welcome back to Carnival Team's Call of Cthulhu special. I'm Jeff Richard, and I am the player. I'm playing Naomi Lovejoy, an intrepid art auctioneer and antiquarian. And I have here my two extremely talented co-GMs, Mary and Pavel, and we have opened the mysterious room. So,
Yeah.
say
So
welcome on board. You now know everything I know.
yeah, welcome back one more time to just get you in. In brief, Naomi is going downstairs to reveal and discover the secret of Czocha Castle, and she's here for the auction taking place exactly in Czocha Castle, where the objects to be sold are connected with Ernst Guchow, the former owner of the place. And it turned out that something is weird in Czocha Castle.
Not something is weird. It's just this whole thing is a giant. I'm sorry, Mary. This whole thing is a giant clusterfuck. We've had let's see, we've had already my friend Fred, Fred the party boy
Being
from
a
Berlin.
dick.
Yeah, it's turned out to be a total. He's a dick with a drug abuse problem. My friend Dorothy, who's managing the auction and is the manager for the castle, she is having some sort of a nervous breakdown. And I've also run into Andy Serkis in the library doing his Gollum routine. You know, sitting around trying to talk in three different voices. Maybe even he's was turning from point to point to have that dramatic display of split personality. So at this point, this auction is it's a clusterfuck.
The weirdest auction ever.
Yeah, and fortunately it's been postponed until tomorrow. But this room downstairs, which we found, has been broken into, and I am wanting to check out what's going on.
Yeah. Because the thing was actually very interesting, because the doors, the lock was destroyed, and the clicking and the tapping sound, it's more hearable here when you just crossed the stairs and you're getting down.
I'm using my flashlight to look around in the dark room. So what is in here?
Behind the door, there is an open space of the dungeon entrance, because now you are in the older part of the castle. Probably built in the early 16th century. Some part of the castle dungeons were built during the Second World War, because Germans were hiding a lot of their stuff inside of it. But now probably you are much deeper, and what could be very interesting for Naomi as a character, there is a water on the floor. There's not much of it, but enough that it splashes and obstructs noiseless movement. So remind us how Naomi is dressed, and is she wearing high heels?
You know, I was worried about this because I was thinking about, I personally am not that familiar in my regular life in walking in high heels, but I recall this about, and Mary, I was going to ask you, I'm assuming Castle Czocha sucks for high heels. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
with all that slick stone everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you wore the high heels when you were getting and entering the castle, definitely when you were unpacking yourself in the room, I think you might decide to change the shoes because yeah, the high heels are not very comfortable.
Not on
Considering
it. Well, and the
more.
other big concern I have is that slipping on these these slick stone stairs, I would assume in high heels that would totally suck.
A disaster. Yeah.
All right,
So
so
still you are wearing really nice, elegant shoes without heels. But
So-
would you like to enter the room which this space with the floor going down with probably deeper water?
how
in
deep
those
is this
shoes?
water? How deep is this water?
Maybe 2-3 centimeters, so not deep now,
Yeah, just covering your foot, even not.
but enough to cover the.
Okay, so
Some-
I'm going to
some
look
part of the-
around. Are there like okay, here's my actual only concern. Is there electrical outlets or wires on water? Because that's really dangerous.
They're on the walls.
Okay, so
But you've seen the light bulbs
Yeah, they're flashing,
flashing,
blinking.
blinking.
huh.
Earlier on the corridor, the light bulbs were blinking.
What I need to have is a pair of Wellingtons or other rain boots. Can I make a luck roll to see if I brought something as sensible
Okay.
as rain boots?
Yes,
rain
yes,
boots?
you can. Yeah, yeah. Because Poland is unpredictable considering the weather.
And of
More
course,
like England.
we are-
So
We are playing in November, so absolutely the rain could appear. So
yep.
A 17. So I think I do. All right. I've checked
So-
this out. I'm going to run upstairs. It's a
And you
castle.
could-
It's not that big.
but
But
you could find someone inside of your room. Do you remember this Russian lady?
yes. She's in my room.
Yes, and it's open, and you've got the key.
Excuse me.
She's turning to you and
You could roll the spot hidden. Because of the nice luck roll, you could have additional dice. So roll one more
okay.
time.
I can roll one more time because I missed with an 80 on that one. No, I'm too surprised that somebody has broken into my room or opened up my room.
mhm.
So you
and
cannot
is-
see what she's got behind of her back. She take her hand behind of her, and she's hiding something. You cannot see what was it.
Yeah, she jumps back and she looks a bit surprised, maybe as much as you are, but she smiles after a while. And
What are you doing in my room?
is it your room? Really? I just yes. And she tries to look at the number.
I close the door. I close the door.
Okay.
Go on in. I close the door, and I lock it. And
there's no need to. Well, I mean, she's hiding her hands behind her back, so she just moves only with one hand. Yes, one hand. There's no need to. I'm just leaving. I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
What is this Solov or is this the other? No, this is the other. This is the Russian woman who succeeded on the
Yeah.
bid there.
Yeah.
I tell her to sit down.
Okay.
And whatever it is you put behind your back, you're not doing a very good job. You're not doing a very good job with. So why don't you show me what you were going at, and why don't you tell me why you went into my room? Because it was locked. And I'm pretty sure that all of the keys are different here.
Can you roll the persuasion or intimidation if you have this?
No, it's persuasion.
Skill? Persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, might
Of
be.
course.
Okay.
Intimidation.
Persuade. Yeah, persuade.
I rolled a 15, which is a hard but not a extreme.
Okay, so
Not
probably
extreme. Not extreme, but hard. Yeah. Okay.
Hard.
it's very close to extreme.
Very close,
Yeah.
but I still missed it by 2.
So I will describe to you this woman, and Mary will describe what she will do. This is a lady in between 30s and 40s, something like this. She looks like a really athletic person, well dressed now. She's got jet black hair, and you could see that she's got black, very, very calm eyes. Behind of this calmness could be something else, because she's showing you what she had behind of her back. This looks
Okay.
like a small wire with a microphone.
Yeah. It looks like a normal common bag. I mean bug.
Bug. She was
Yeah.
bugging? You were
Or
bugging my room?
or maybe she was taking it.
Or maybe she was taking it.
I'm going to ask her, what are you doing with a bug?
Since you have a almost extreme success and definitely the hard success, you are in control. So you just told her to sit down, and she sits down. She shows you the bug. Yeah, it's definitely the bug, and it's also visible that she has under her long shirt. She has this shape of a gun behind
This is
her.
not my smartest idea, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But it's definitely some kind of a weapon, a pistol, and she looks at you.
Handgun, for sure, a handgun.
Yeah, handgun. Yeah, handgun, definitely. She looks at you holding this bag, and she says, "We're not safe here. I'm just taking it away. You know that something is here under the floor, in the basement. You hear the clicking sound. You know everyone's here for the apparatus.
I nod. I say, yeah, but that doesn't explain why you're in my room with a bug and a gun.
I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just looking for the apparatus.
It seems
It's
everybody.
important.
It seems everybody here is looking for the apparatus.
Yeah, because it's dangerous. And everything here just make me think that there is apparatus somewhere here, downstairs, maybe in the basements. You have the map, don't you?
I have. I say, yes. I have a map of the castle. There's probably several here. But that you still haven't explained why you're in my room with a bug. Let's just
Do
start
you
with
know
that.
about the?
Let's start that. Let's start there.
What do you know about the apparatus?
Other than the fact that it seems to be driving everybody here crazy with the desire to get it, I know. Player out of question asking GM. If I recall, I don't really know much about it
Yeah.
other than it is a name.
Yeah, it was a name, and it was connected with some kind of
This is the cipher device.
cipher machine. Yeah.
Or decipher
Yeah.
device.
Yeah, and it used to belong to the Czocha Castle, maybe not Guchov himself, but it was here, and you know the history of this element, of this object, but it was used during the Second World War.
By Germans.
Yeah, by Germans, but you know nothing more. Just after the war, it just disappeared.
Yeah,
you know, Czocha Castle objects from Czocha Castle were stolen, and this is it.
And also that it was used to decipher disposable ciphers, Russian used. So she is Russian? Maybe it's something connected.
Yeah, she has the accent, a strong accent.
That the apparatus. All I know about the apparatus is that it is it's deciphering a code breaking machine. It's like the German. It's like the German Enigma.
And you think it's just connected with Enigma and the Second World War thing?
Yeah, it's clearly going to be something that you know some tech billionaire would like to spend a lot of money on it because it's all of these code machines.
Like Fred? Because you are close friends, and Fred is crazy about the apparatus.
Well, that's pretty clear. You know, but the thing is that there is nothing about the apparatus itself that I know that can justify this degree of an obsession about it. So why don't you tell me what's so valuable about it? Because as far as I can tell, this is just a historical curiosity, like the Enigma, or like I'm spacing on it. The Berlin guy who there was a Berliner who actually invented the first computer prototype, SUSE. You know, it's a historical curiosity. Why are people? What's the real issue about this?
I'm just here to figure it out, because it's a dangerous thing. And yeah, so she smiles. You know the historical background, you know the Second World War case, you know that it was used by Germans, it was used by Russians. It disappeared for a while after the war, but everyone's looking for the apparatus. And it's dangerous. Because
the World War has been over for, you know, it's...
And it's still dangerous. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that threatening? It's some kind can decipher things more threatening than any World War orders, commands. It's still working. And it can decipher. She just, you know, she wanted to mean something different, but she's honest with you, and it's clear. And she looks at you. She's holding this bag. Fred is obsessed with this apparatus, and for some reason, Dorothy and the whole stuff of the castle just hid the apparatus somewhere here, and they don't want to say anything about that. And I need to find it, just to save all of you guys. The Russian government has to have the apparatus, has to destroy it to make the world safe. It can
All right.
open anything.
At this point, Naomi's pretty much decided everybody in this castle is bug nuts. But you know, okay. Yeah. But that still doesn't explain why you're in my room with a wiretap and a gun. I mean, I'm just an art dealer.
Yeah, you say so. But I have to delve deeper, and I have to know everyone closely. She's looking. She's now taking the control. She's
Right, she has a
getting the
gun.
steering wheel. Yeah, exactly. But
She's an athletic woman with a gun.
But she doesn't, take it. She doesn't just get ready her gun. She is slowly speaking to you, and she's calm, and she's also very, dedicated to the case, to her mission, that she has to find the apparatus. And she looks at you. She doesn't want to hurt you, and it's clear. But any bad move, you can just provoke her. But she's explaining you the thing that she's here to save you.
Really, there is a desire to help in her
Yeah.
eyes now. What you could see is this. It's quite strange because she's really... Probably she's a dangerous woman.
I need
Clearly
to
a
get-
dangerous woman. She's
Not
gotta-
only because of the gun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. She's
Well,
obsessed.
All
Okay.
right. How is
But-
she dressed? How
yeah.
is she dressed right now?
How is she
How-
dressed,
How
Pavel?
is she dressed?
How is she dressed?
Yes, she's wearing elegant black suit, and and underneath of it there is a white shirt. So she's wearing really elegant, in the really elegant way, with of course not shoes on the high heels.
Right. What is her name again?
She didn't actually say her name.
Yes.
Say her name. You don't know
No.
her.
Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change into some more comfortable clothes. And if you feel the need to save us all from this apparatus, you can join me. But I'm going to change into something that is a little bit more sensible than a cocktail dress. So, and then I'm going, to help. I'm going to help you find this apparatus, and you can do with it.
I think, and she gets up from the chair. I think Fred is a threat. He's dangerous. I need to find the apparatus. I need to deliver it to the Russian government. It's much older than anyone ever thought. The Second World War, it was just a point in its history.
Okay,
It was not the Germans that invented it.
lady, I don't know who you are, but I'm going to trust that you are. I'm going to, because I don't know your name. I don't know who you are, but I certainly respect any woman who is broken into my room with a gun. But yes, Fred is clearly a nutcase. And clearly this apparatus is the desire to get this apparatus is making half the people in this castle nuts. So what all I know about it is that it was supposed to be on auction here. That Fred is obsessing about it, and he's violent and dangerous about it. And that for whatever reason, I suspect that the apparatus was there in the room, in one of the crates, and then removed. And that's all I know for certain.
So you did some investigation, didn't you?
I say I have two eyes and I can look around very easily. And I'm more concerned by the fact that this seems to be something that people are willing to do really stupid things to get their hands on. To me, all it is an interesting historical curiosity. So, but it's clearly driven Fred nuts, and it is clearly something that is a huge problem for Dorothy. So,
do you think, how much is she involved in stealing, in the case of stealing the apparatus?
At this point, I have no idea. If you had asked me a few hours ago whether I thought that some weird old Nazi German decipher machine was worth attacking people over, or breaking into rooms and breaking in other people's rooms, I think you're nuts, because the jewelry was worth more than this.
You know nothing.
I clearly know nothing.
It's no Nazi German thing. It's much more older. When we discuss, and she jumps up, and she's getting more angry, and she's getting also worried and a bit nervous. It's when we discuss history, we can how much back we can just take a step back. How old Egypt? Maybe some more, maybe a bit older civilizations. But the apparatus is connected with it's much more. It's much older than Egyptians.
Now she started talking in Russian. She's really in her emotions.
In Russian.
You for sure you cannot understood, but she's in her emotions. We need to make a decision. You said that you would like to go with her downstairs to the dungeon.
Well, I told her I'm gonna go downstairs, but I'm gonna put on some more sensible clothes than this. So I tell this lady, and at some point maybe she will give herself a name other than "Hey you," or "Hey lady," or
Valentina.
You can call me Valentina, and she just turns to you while she's leaving, and you can call me Valentina. We have to find the apparatus.
Well, Valentina, I'm gonna change, and unless you're gonna shoot me, would you just let me change? And you can meet me outside or here. But if I remember my room, I've got like a room and I got a bathroom, right?
Yeah.
I tell her, I go over to the little my suitcase or the drawer where I put my clothes. I take some more sensible clothes. I tell Valentina I am going to the bathroom to change.
For sure, your suitcase was also open and your clothes were moved inside of it. So not only the bags.
Okay, well, I tell her I'm going to change in the restroom. And unless you plan to shoot me, just let me change my clothes, and then I'm happy to go.
Okay, you just take your
And I'm going to the bat. She's a crazy woman with a gun, so she's right now. Naomi's feeling super brave, but what else can I do?
Yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna go.
you're changing your clothes in the bathroom.
Yes, and
Okay.
the key thing is I want to have my rubber boots on, and put on something that is a little bit more sensible if I fall downstairs or slip or whatnot than a cocktail dress or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound sensible, Mary? I think it sounds sensible.
Yeah. Sure. You just, take your clothes, appropriate clothes, go to the bathroom and going to change. And she's waiting for you just, nearby the doors. And this is it.
Okay, good.
So let's jump downstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, because after you changed, you talked and let's go downstairs. She knows that there is apparatus is somewhere. And you're gonna just, together walk down the stairs.
I'm going to lock my room again and see who breaks into it next time. All right, so downstairs, now I feel comfortable walking around in standing water with possible electrical access to electrical outlets.
And a Russian woman with a handgun that is actually pointing you to lead her to the room that you probably figure out to be the one where the mystery is hidden.
Valentina, is that gun absolutely necessary? Can you put the gun away? It makes me very uncomfortable.
How do I know that you're not lying? You're a close friend to Fred, and he's apparently obsessed with the apparatus. And we don't know where is Fred and where the hell is apparatus.
I say, yeah. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm not lying. I'm not carrying a gun, and I'm not pointing a gun at you. Could you please put the gun away? I don't like possibly crazy people pointing guns at me while we were sitting around exploring a dungeon. I've just seen too many bad movies.
Could you take a persuade
I'm
roll
gonna try
with a dice success? Bonus dice, not success.
Okay.
Or you can try another skill if you want. But I think persuade is the one.
I will try persuade.
Or charm.
I will try charm because I've been using charm so much.
Okay.
16. And it was smart that no, it's still not high enough, but it's almost. Oh, let me try a second time with the bonus dice.
With the bonus dice. But you have this hard success.
I have a hard success. Yes. Two times a hard success. Yes.
Wow.
She will hide the gun just to make you more comfortable.
Excellent.
But she's also using a flashlight, not from the mobile phone. She's using a small hand flashlight, which is giving a lot of light. It's quite professional flashlight.
Okay, well,
and
I put my...
For sure, the water...
I kind of look at my little iPhone and its little light. Click off. Put it away.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's prepared. She's well prepared.
She's well
I'm not.
But she didn't change her clothes.
Well,
She's
these Russians are always overdressed to things. So
the water is making deeper, and it's almost the knee. It's already to your knees.
Well, let's look around what's here. What's in this room other than water?
You are actually
in the
traversing the corridor. It's a long, long walk, and Valentina, is following you. The lights are out. It's just the light of of the flashlight that is actually enlightening the whole corridor. There's a
Where does all this water come from? Can I hear a broken pipe or something? I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Roll for listen.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I missed it by 3. No,
You
more than
you
3.
can
I
just
missed it.
always you can take the luck to add some
No,
points.
I'm gonna do what a player does when tagged up with a far more competent NPC. Valentina, where is this water coming from?
She looks at you like the flashlight is led towards your character. She takes a look around. I don't know. Maybe we are getting down and down deeper under some river, and
There's
there
a river
are
right next to this. That's not
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know if we are supposed to cross and traverse deeper. She's trying to stay calm, but she's a bit worried. But yeah, she follows you.
Well, let's go a little bit further here while we can still, it's still something we can go through.
Okay, so you are moving on.
But if does this look like shine the flashlight down the corridor? At some point, doesn't the corridor end, or does it just keep going?
Or now it keeps going. It's a long corridor. And yeah, it's actually you are turning left, you are turning right. It's just
It's not
like a
straight.
snake shape and so on. But yeah, it's a long corridor and it's dark.
But
And
remember
you're
one
getting
thing.
down and down deeper.
You are deep underground in the old corridor with the stone walls around you, water underneath your legs, and also you are still talking with her. So your voices are leading in front of you to anyone could be.
I'm already
somewhere
with the crazy person with the gun, Pavel. At this point, I'm going to ask Valentina, somebody broke open that door and came into here. I've got no idea how long this water has been down here. And this just seems to keep going. Do you want to should we go any further, or should we look to see if the apparatus is somewhere else? Because I doubt it's down here.
And that's the moment when you heard, and you think she heard it as well. Because it's the sound of doors, like shutting the doors. Coming from the upstairs, from the place that you were actually came from.
But let's head back after there. Let's head back.
It's a long
room.
way.
Well,
it's not the only voice sound you heard, because now it's not in your head. You are hearing the voice of clicking sound, this metallic sound of apparatus. Let's name it. This is it. And for sure, you could hear it. And also Valentina.
And she's worried as hell. She's frightened.
Okay, so quick thing to remember after having looked at the map here.
The corridor wasn't so long. It was only the place that was marked as a nice, interesting place for possible LARP. It was
tourist attraction.
Some rooms, much shorter corridor. It was from the map. such long corridor wasn't marked on this map.
Yeah, it was longer than anyone thought, or maybe longer than anyone wanted to reveal.
Well,
But it's still there. It keeps going.
How deep is the water at this point?
Knees?
Okay.
Still knees.
Almost.
Almost
it's-
ice.
It's
Okay.
it's almost waist.
Oh, much more than I thought as a GM. Okay.
It's almost waist. It's almost waist. But it's very interesting thing. When you were in the beginning of this corridor, the water was rather cold. Remember, it's November.
Right. That's why I
If
was going to
it's-
ask you about the temperature of the water.
If it's from the river, it should be very cold.
Yep.
But you even not need to make a roll for spot hidden because it isn't hidden. The water isn't cold now. And also you could feel something in the air. It's like, have Naomi any time in her life was in the jungle? Has she felt this hot, sweaty atmosphere?
Have you ever been
Oh.
in New York City in the middle of the summer? Do you have any idea how humid and hot New York City is? Yes, it smells like the city in New York City gets really, really hot in summer, and it's really humid as well. So
But the smell from the New York City is rather the smell of the buildings, of the people. Here, you could feel the smell of the air,
okay,
maybe some plants also, and also this warm water. Not neutral. It's warm. And the voice of the apparatus working very quickly in the end of the corridor.
so how far away does it sound like it is?
Very close. Maybe behind the next
Behind the next door?
the next turn.
The
Behind
next
the
turn,
next turn.
yeah, definitely next turn is the moment, the place, the point that marks maybe the doors. But you still remember about the sound of shutting the doors upstairs. It was the echo of that thing. Someone definitely is following you or just shut the doors to make you cut off.
Okay, so
it's either
there's-
that or this.
here's my thought, and
Yeah.
I'll say this. I say to Valentina, we can't go back because whoever is back there, they've already closed the door, and it's probably too dangerous to go back. But if we go forward and get the apparatus, then maybe we have something to bargain with.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not happy about. I mean, this is warm water, which means something bad. This is all very, very bad. But we might as well see this through. So let's go a little bit further. By the way, this is the ladies and gentlemen who are watching this show who are unfamiliar with the tropes of Call of Cthulhu. This is probably the dumbest thing that I could suggest, but it seems proper role playing. So let's go forward and see what's there.
Yeah, the horror
Remember
style.
that all of us, we love also the pulp Cthulhu version, so let's jump inside of it.
So let's go down that final turn to where the clickety clack is going on
Yeah.
of the.
It's
All
more
right.
and more hearable. It's louder. It's now loud as hell. So it's sure that this comes from the room, the place behind the doors.
You
Now,
could
how can I
stand
open it? If there's a door here, how do I open it in all this water?
It will be heavy to open, but what's important, through these doors, underneath of them, and you could see the unnatural glow, which is something between green and yellow, and it's like changing the.
This is extraordinarily not good.
It's pulsing.
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 Yes,
It's
pulsing.
pulsing.
Exactly. This light is pulsing.
All right, Valentina, it's your time to now tell me what you know. What's going on here before we open this door?
She looks at you. She readies her gun and
Again?
like not again, but not in your face, but just readies her gun to make herself able to defend herself. She looks at you and also makes the path behind her visible in the light of the flashlight, and I now hear this whole voice. I now hear the sound. This is weird. This is not supposed to be like that. I wasn't supposed to be briefed to. I was supposed to take the apparatus, not just delving inside some weird stuff, hearing those voices. I knew that the apparatus, it's older than anything we thought, that anything that existed on Earth, and it opened a lot more than any ciphers from the Second World War. It opened much more than we could have ever thought about. It's beyond our world. It opened up something much more deeper, much more unspeakable. The pit.
So, okay, so Naomi has
She's trembling.
Naomi has a 57 sanity, which means she's basically pretty sane, is the way I'm playing it. There's a weird, I mean, there's this weird corridor with a pulsating light, which I know from movies is never a good thing. The gun-toting Russian seems really wigged out by this. Well,
I need to get the apparatus. I need to get it. I need to make it safe, and it's gonna be safe only when I deliver it to my country. It opens the entrance.
Well, is it on?
I'm not sure.
Well, the only way you're going to be able to do this is to go in. Are you sure that's a smart
idea? And
idea?
you're going with me, and she's getting angry.
Behind of the doors, you could hear the scream of the joy, the rejoices from the Fred mouth. You could recognize his voice.
Yeah,
He's
it's
inside
Fred.
of this room.
He's on the other. Fred's on the other side here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Behind the doors.
Okay. Well, then there's somebody on the other side of the room, Valentina. Do you know how to use your gun?
She looks at you with surprise. How dare you? And she just, reloads it and
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
enter the
open
room.
the door. Oh, she's going in. Okay. Okay.
I'm going to enter the room, and she turns to behind her towards the corridor, and someone is following us. I don't
somebody-
know who is following us.
You probably
course.
need to work quickly.
Yeah, let's go into the room.
Okay.
Who's opening the door?
I am opening the door so Valentina, who has the gun and the flashlight, can go in first. Because
Okay.
I don't have the gun and I don't have the flashlight.
Okay.
So, you
Okay.
know, she gets the
y-
joy of that.
Okay, so you just push or pull the door, or you
Gotta
just
pull it. I'm
doing
assuming
the
it's a
locksmith?
I can't locksmith. I've got to pull it open and
Okay.
pull open the door and as hard as I can so she can squeeze in. But once we open the door, whoever's in there is going to know the door is open. So it should be the person with a gun who knows how to use it, because I neither have a gun nor know how to use one.
Let's roll for your strength.
Yeah, well, that's not going to work very well.
Try.
So roll D100. And I rolled a 36, which actually is a success by 4 points.
Wow.
Yes. So you could do this.
Hey, let's do it. All right, I'm hoping that our own version of Natasha Romanoff here, the Black Widow, is ready to kick some ass because I'm not very useful in any of this. So I open the door for our Russian gun-toting athlete.
So you push the door with all your strength you've got, and it's enough to open it, even when the water is so high. You could see this unnatural light from strange, rather small, but strange metallic device, which is working without anyone typing the letters. It's working very quickly, faster than it should.
Where's the light coming from?
From this device. There is no light bulb. There is no...
Is there an electrical cable going to it? Anything like that?
No. You could see Fred. He's staring at it and he's laughing. Now this laugh is continuous. He cannot stop. He didn't move now. He only looked at this device. But now you could see something else. This room where you are now should have some wall in front of you. There is no wall. There is surface which looks like water. So not only the water in which you are, but also the water on the wall, and it's also glowing, also in this yellow and green light.
Oh my God! We've found
Probably
ourselves. I'm going to make a sanity check,
roll.
but
Yeah.
I have to tell you my mental image here. Oh my God! We've wandered into a progressive rock album cover. Oh my God!
You see also Fred, who is, like Pavel said, he's staring at the device, the apparatus, which seemingly this is what they call, and this is something that should be it. This is it, and Fred is looking like he's still wearing his suit and his clothes and his boots, but he's a bit pulpy. His face is like black, like covered with black stains, and his hands are pulpy, like like if this water from everywhere just, poured into his body. And
This is it's sanity check time. I know this is I succeed with a 31, but I'm assuming this is one that I lose sanity even if I succeed.
yes,
This is awful. How much?
Yeah.
What do I get to roll now? This is not good.
just roll the sanity check.
I succeeded on chat.
Okay, I succeeded. So if you succeed, just take the D6.
Not good. Not good. I've lost 4 more points of sanity. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have now lost during a 24-hour
7?
period. I have lost 7 points.
7. Okay,
I can't
that's
remember what the
big amount.
It's a big amount.
Temporary,
so,
I think.
Do I roll on my? I have a temporary madness. So, let's check it out here. Right? That's a D100 if I remember.
Yeah, no, the D10? Okay, D10. Yeah, D10.
Number 1.
Is this amnesia?
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all. I have no recollection of why I'm here.
And what you could see, now your focus is only on this surface on the wall. And you know what? It looks like the gate in the Stargate. You remember this movie?
I remember that movie.
So you focus on it. You cannot remember where exactly you are. Who are those people around you? You even don't see them. Please make again a sanity roll.
Oh my gosh.
15.
So you succeeded.
I succeed.
But you don't look directly to Fred and his strange, ugly face now. Let's focus on this surface, on this gate. You could see
what's on the other side?
Something like jungle on the other side. Strange black jungle with black trees and red sky.
Yeah. I don't know where I am, why I'm here. What I do know is I need to get out of here. Because I'm amnesiac. I am amnesiac. I'm not stupid. And weird gates into another world with black trees and red sky. That's a giant signal that says, don't go here. So I'm going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See that this lady, you don't know her name. She's walking slowly to this guy. You don't remember who he is. And probably she will shoot in his head.
She shoots him?
No, yeah. She's walking with the
She readies her gun.
And she's ready to do it. Do you think it's okay?
No, I don't think it's okay. No, it's not okay, but there's people, look, I don't know where I am, or why these things are, but this much I know. Mm-hmm. Trees aren't black, the sky's not red, and people with guns.
And this clicking sound.
And Mutant Boy, the guy with all the weird mutant stuff. This is a nightmare. This is like, you ever wake up with a nightmare where you just need to get away? That's what's going on. I don't know if that's properly role-playing amnesia, but that seems to make the most sense for what I know. I am getting the hell out of here.
So you run through this corridor back without light, or you take your?
I have a flash. I have my little.
So you're using your phone as
I
a
have my
flashlight.
iPhone flashlight.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Again, normally
Make a dexterity roll now. iPhone and 1 meter of water.
42, which, as we
Okay.
all know, is the answer to life, the universe, and everything, and just happens to be under my dex. So this is not
Okay.
good, though. All of this is not good. Let us. It sounds like I don't fall down. It doesn't matter. I'm splashing through the water. I'm trying to get away from here. Are there people? Is there anything here? Let's get
Yes.
out of here.
There is a lady, and you recognize her. It's Dorota. She's in the corridor. She's wearing a knife and a flashlight.
He has a knife.
Yes.
I say, Fred's gone in there. Actually, I don't know who Fred is. I'm like, person with knife. I'm trying to stay away from the person with the knife.
Okay.
There's stuff down there.
You could hear the voice of the gunshot.
Yeah, the sound of a gunshot.
The sound of the gunshot.
There's a killer down there. That much I know.
What Dorothy makes because of when she heard this voice?
She looks at Naomi because she knows her, and she's holding the knife, and she just takes Naomi's arm when the gunshot actually is hearable. She looks her in the eyes. Who is there? Who is there?
So, there's a crazy woman with a gun and a guy who looks like he's been something horrible has happened to him. And there's a green glow and it's pulsing. And there's another place. And don't go there.
They opened it. You let them open it, and she just, grabs you with your shirt, and she shakes you one more time. I mean, if you remember, maybe you have a flashback that someone just did it to you also earlier on. You remember this shaking thing and her anger and these eyes that are full of anger and full of madness inside, and she holds this knife. Why did you let them do that? Let's go. We must save the apparatus. And she pushes you towards the corridor. You can just make a roll of Constitution if you want to, resist.
Resist.
Okay.
And I fail.
So she pushes you towards the place that you were, escaping from. We must save the apparatus. They can't. They can't.
Mhm.
Rules question.
Yeah.
Can somebody walk me very quickly through what we want to define temporary insanity amnesia as, so that I can roleplay this correctly?
Mhm.
So does anybody have the book in front of them so you can tell me what the extent of...
Yeah.
Sorry, I think that's kind of important right now because depending on what it is will greatly depend on what my reaction is.
Sure.
I will make the roll for it. So, because of the situation, when you could see her eyes and she trembled you, and those emotions, this movement, also this constitution test that failed. So this totally déjà vu of the situation from your past. It's open in front of you. There is a threat, but not exactly the threat. There is this Russian lady, Valentina, with the gun, and this strange device. And this gate.
And do I remember Dorothy?
Yeah.
Dorothy, Fred's gone mad. I'm sure the Russian has killed him. You've got to get away. She's got a gun.
I need to save the apparatus, and you have to help me. And she just, she's still holding your fragment, your part of your t-shirt. You have to help me. They can't open it. They can't open the gate.
I think Fred already had done it before we even showed up. We wanted to stop Fred from opening it. But there's a crazy person with a gun. You have what kind of a knife does she have? A kitchen knife?
It looks
Things
it
like
looks
that.
like kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Please roll. Make a roll. Just.
I'm okay. 28.
28. Okay.
Dorothy, they're gonna kill. If you go in there, she's gonna kill you. She's killed Fred.
You could see someone behind of her.
Who's
And
behind
it's-
her?
And it isn't Valentina.
Well, because Valentina's that way, and this is that way, right?
No. You were in the corridor. You moved around, and behind of her, so there's this room, this place where is the open gate, and behind of her is someone in the darkness. But it isn't Valentina. It's something else.
Valentina, we gotta run, and I'm gonna try to pull away to run.
It isn't Valentina.
So not Valentine, Dorothy, we gotta run, and I'm gonna try to run for it. There's somebody coming out of somebody's come out behind you. Run.
Dorothy is mad, and she's obsessed to save the apparatus. So she's actually running towards the apparatus to take it.
Which means she's gonna run into the person that's behind
Yeah.
her, right? I'm
Yeah.
running away. I am running away. I am. This is, somebody has already been murdered right in front of me. There is weird stuff going on. I am scared, and I am unarmed. And the extent of my weaponry and useful devices are my cell phone, my rubber boots, and my comfortable, sensible clothes. That's it. I am running out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's make it in the special movie perspective. We could see Naomi running through the corridor with less water and less water and less water. And now she's in front of the doors, trying to open it. She's struggling to open it. And behind of her, something is happening on the second edge of this corridor. Mary, what is going on there?
It's actually, you clearly see that it's not Valentina that was there. It was clearly Fred who actually killed her, put her down on the floor, and now Fred is actually looking like a floating pulp, like a black mass of something hideous, like a minion. And his eyes are glowing, and he used the apparatus to open the gates to reveal the realm consisting of these black trees and this red sky and so on. And he's actually standing in the middle, like if he was to smile, he would be smiling with his shark teeth inside this bulb, inside this pulp. And you hardly actually recognize him, but Valentina's body is lying down, killed, dead on the floor. And the gates that are opening, this is something that the key to those gates were this actually buttons included in the apparatus. The apparatus was the key, and Fred, just typed the right code. The whole realm is visible, is alive, and it welcomes you, actually. And Dorothy, she wanted to take the apparatus, but she just comes up and she hits Fred. She hits Fred with her knife, but he pushed her and she fell on the floor. And you see that.
We could
I want
see
out
that.
of here.
If
I
we-
want out of here.
If we were there, we could see that. Naomi is struggling with the doors on the second part of this long corridor. And what we could, as a viewers, see is Dorothy fighting underneath water with Fred, who is trying to kill her in this way. Not with the gun, like Valentina tried to do it. We could see the hole in his head because her shot was directly in his head, but it wasn't enough. Naomi opened the door and ran out of the basement.
Is it wet anymore?
Sorry?
It's wet. I'm out of the water. Am I out of the water?
Yes, you are in the basements of the castle.
I am running out of there as fast as I possibly can. The only things that I need to have is grab my purse with my wallet, my money, my credit cards, and my passport, and I am getting out of here. I am getting out of here. I grab what I want to move as quickly as I can, if there's anybody, the janitor or anybody else in there, I say that there's been something horrible in the basement, and that's all I will say.
Unfortunately, people are now during the supper, so you find anyone unless you go to the room where there all of them are.
Dining room, yeah. You remember those flashbacks? Maybe those were the some images that went to your mind, the whole brawl between Dorothy and Fred. You didn't know exactly how it looked like, but it's for sure that someone is dead there.
In order to get to my room from the basement, do I go through the dining room? I think I do, don't I? Isn't the dining room?
Yeah.
I'm wet. I'm out of breath. I'm panicked. I'm temporarily insane. So I say there's been something terrible in the basement. Fred has killed. Actually, Fred has killed Dorothy.
So
And I'm trying to get out of here. But Fred is killed. Somebody's got to do something about it. There's a gun involved as well.
people are scared. People look at you like a crazy. Tadeusz stands and say, "Okay, so I will call the police. Stay and wait. They will help us."
there's at least one person, there's at least one murderer down there, and this is something for the police, not for us. And I want to get out of here. We got to get away from here. This is there was a murder down there. They just, he just, there was a gun and he just killed her with he killed her with her hands, right? His hands, right? Mm-hmm. He just killed her with his bare hands. And there's a gun down there. And yeah.
So
I'm wanting to leave.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
you're actually summing up. Anything. Yeah, you are to sum up all the things to people that were gathered in the dining room. You were talking and discussing to give this case to police. And let's make a short cut that the ending scene, the epilogue of this story that took place in this Czocha Castle is that probably you and most of the people that were with you, the guests in the auction room in the Czocha Castle at that time, they were transported to other hotels nearby, because this whole gloomy atmosphere, this whole green light that was hovering over the castle, and that was coming from the basements, and those horrible, creepy sounds that were accompanying all the things that were happening in the castle, the screams, the voices, those squeakings, those tapping and clickings, it was all together. And the police, they just entered the castle. They just closed the area, the entrance to the basements. They called the firemen. They called other, government departments to take care of this case, of this strange case. But the truth is, no one ever actually found who was responsible for opening the realm, for opening the strange realm that was under the castle, and for the death of Dorothy and Valentina.
So wait. So I'm not totally crazy here. The police say that there was like something weird underneath here, like another realm, or did they just find?
They didn't call it the realm. They called it like some kind of a hideout of some cult, maybe. They didn't call it the realm. It was only in your head. It was only, the images that were stuck in your mind. But no one knows who murdered Dorothy and Valentina.
Did they find any bodies?
No.
This is a good question, because they didn't find anything.
They cannot find anything. And tell us, what Naomi decided to do? Was she trying to find the truth about what happened there? Or did she just go back to New York and try to forget?
Well, I that's a loaded question, my friends, because what I would really love to do now, I would love to have a continuing game where we rope some other poor bunch of bastards to continue the investigation. Because obviously Naomi wants to know what actually happened here. She saw her friend was killed. She was basically kidnapped by a gun-toting Russian woman. There was some weird, totally hallucinogenic experience involving, this black forest with red skies and black trees and corridors that are too long and water that's down there. But, the one thing that's certain is Dorothy's dead. probably Valentina's dead, and something went, Fred mutated or morphed or got bloated or something awful. So there
Or
is
become a vessel for something.
shoot, I have 0 Cthulhu mythos, my friend. Well, no, do I have 1 point or 0? I have 0. I have 0 at this point. Maybe I'm going to gain some from this, but at this point, whatever happened, it was extremely weird and extremely freaky, and it's not something you could just go back and go and close the door on and say, yeah, okay, everything's back to normal. I just witnessed something that was not just a double murder, but a weird hallucinogenic experience and such. So yeah, Naomi will want to, and all this stuff is associated with this weird apparatus which I didn't know anything about. Of course, Naomi's going to want to know more. Of course, she's going to want to delve into the records. Of course, I'm going to want to open the books that I'm not supposed to open. Of course, right?
And you could do it with help of 3 persons who are living in one body, with Adam, Hans, and Hilde Globke, antiquaries from Berlin, because all of them were occult.
They're all
maybe cultists, maybe just someone who is looking for the mysteries and trying to take those secrets hiding by keepers of the ancient lore.
Yes, but I want to tell you the very first thing that Naomi wants to do, which is get away from Castle Czocha for at least a little while, because I don't know if Fred is still alive or still around, and I have to admit right now my willingness to ask questions of people that are talking to themselves about this maybe a little bit small. I may be a little bit I may be I may be a little bit stressed out here. So what I suspect Naomi will want to do is first get out of Czocha, get to Warsaw or Berlin or somewhere else. So I want to get out of here. But very soon I'm going to want to start investigating this again. And maybe it would mean hunting down Adam and other people that were there at this. If I recall, there was Adam, there was Tadeusz, there was the mysterious janitor who clearly knew more about what was going on because he's the guy who shut off the downstairs. There's investigating what Dorothy actually knew. She may be dead, but she clearly knew something. Who was Fred after all? I don't even know the answer to these questions. So but the other thing that's very clear to Naomi is I need to find, if I'm going to continue doing this, this is dangerous. This is a very dangerous thing. So I need to either find somebody that, what I really should do is I should recruit a Call of Cthulhu party.
Yeah.
One of them could be Adam, who took over his body again. But he still shares this body with his parents, or maybe grandparents, who knows. All of them are occult researchers. Perhaps one of them could be a sorcerer. But maybe we will find out about it at some next meeting, maybe with the party.
I would love to. As far as I'm concerned, this is not. I got away from this. I survived the near certain death by doing the smartest thing a Call of Cthulhu investigator can do, which is run away. But of course, I need to know now. I need to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it was a weird weekend at Czocha Castle, and some names, some elements, some words are totally unknown to you, are maybe even unspeakable, but definitely they are connected with the case. And this is something that made you delving into the case.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So give me a couple of the, so what, I've got, as far as I'm concerned, the first thing I've got to do is figure out everything that I can about what this apparatus was. I need to look at who Fred actually was. Yeah, reach out to some of the other people that seemed to know what was going on. And Adam, the German guy, was one of the guys that seemed to know something. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear we know what Naomi's going to do next.
Yeah. So to be continued, you actually are delving into the files, and no one knows, or maybe who know, what would you find and figure out about the Czocha Castle mystery?
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank you, Jeff. It was a pleasure to run a game for you together with Paweł. I was having great fun. I hope you liked the game.
I had a
blast.
blast.
Liked the scenario.
Wait. What do you mean this is the end? This is
to be continued.
No, this was wonderful fun. And yes, I hope I wasn't too suspicious and too much of trying to delve down.
It was really great. I really like to, continue the game and to play the second part.
I would love to. I mean, actually, this is something I wanted to do a lot. I had one GM pull this off once in a Cthulhu game. Is you start with one or two characters knowing kind of the mystery, and then other people get recruited in, and they only know what the other players have told them initially. But this was a blast. Thank you guys.
Thank you as well.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
My poor NPCs, though, turned out to be total failures.
Yeah, don't worry. And also, thank you very much for all of you, our viewers who are watching us. Hopefully, not only from Poland, from our viewers of Polish Carnival Team YouTube channel, but also for other viewers, because it's our first video in English. Oh, maybe not first, because we already have some parts of this, some episodes of this story. Thank you very much, Mary, for co-hosting this event. So Carnival Team, together with Graj Kolektyw, it was a pleasure to set this story together in the model of 2-1. Jeff, thank you very much also for you. And hopefully we could meet again someday. Maybe
absolutely.
Maybe with Naomi, maybe in other stories also.
Well, I had a wonderful time. Mary, Paweł, thank you guys so much for a wonderful game session. I had a great time, and to everybody watching this, tune in for what next comes from Carnival Team, because this was awesome. Thank you all.
Great to hear. Thank you very much, both of you guys. Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye. Do zobaczenia. Cześć. Trzymajcie się. See you.
Okay, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
We were plotting a bit.
That's the great thing of you guys both being able to speak a language I don't understand, is you guys can plot against me, and I have no idea whether you're plotting or just discussing a menu. It's all fine.
It's connected, discussing a menu and discussing plot in Cthulhu, so yeah, it's connected.
It's all the same. Okay.